Hey everyone, welcome back for part 2 and the finale of the Battledroid and STAP build. I had a lot of fun working with this model, and I got some really good comments on the first part. A couple of them were saying, hey, can't wait till part 2 comes out, so here we go. So this part right here, I've got the masking tape set up to as close to the original picture that I found, and arts and crafts time right here. We're doing a little sponge painting. Just gonna get a nice layer of that ghost gray on there from Vallejo. Not trying for like 100% coverage, but pretty close. Yeah, the sponging will actually help show off a little bit of the weathering as well. With the if I had 100% coverage on there, it wouldn't look like there was any chips taken off. But speaking of taking off, there you go, that satisfying pull of the masking tape right there. Oh yeah. And like I said in the first part, I had so many pieces of masking tape all over my hobby desk there. But yep, it's worth it. And it's not going to be 100% accurate to the picture because I'm not that good. But it's pretty close, and yeah, I really love the end product. I can tell you right now, I got this baby sitting on top of one of my bookshelves, and the only thing I fear is dusting him, so time will tell. But there we go. A little bit later, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of color in between the front pattern and those twin set of lines on each side, just kind of like differentiate them, because I don't want to look at it and think that it's like an offshoot of the front design there. But I'm rambling. But yeah, this it is done now, and as of recording this, it is the 6th of October in 2022. Officially October, and I've got 2 projects lined up that I really want to get done for this month. Doing a little bit more sponging here with some rust on the arm of the Battledroid. This here is Citadel Mournfang Brown. And I'm just going for some light sponging here, nothing too heavy. Just going to be the base color for the initial job. Yeah, this video, they were putting this one together. There were more than a few ups and downs. I basically had all this done by the time the first video was done, but like I said, I don't want anybody sitting around for an hour watching this thing, so put it in 2 parts, no big deal. And getting some sponging on the actual STAP, because originally stated in the first video, I want this to be like kind of like a veteran pilot. He's a survivor of many a battle in the Clone Wars, and he's got the he's basically got the scars to prove it. But yep, sponging a few more rust spots here and there. Pretty much where the paint's been chipped off and the weathering has affected it. Now you might notice that there's a lot of scenes in here that are sped up a little bit. I just did that because this was a very lengthy process, and I just wanted to keep the video rolling, so just got to keep up with some weathering here. All right, going a little bit lighter with the Scrag Brown from Citadel. This is going to go over all the places where I hit it with the Mournfang Brown, just to show the progression of the rust buildup. I wanted to hit a lot of the areas that were in the front of the vehicle. Anything that would catch particles or debris, whatever, anything that would chip the paint, and it would eventually start to rust. Because you know me, I can't have anything looking parade standard. It has to be weathered or rusted and used. But yep, just giving it a little bit of wear and tear here. And I never actually did glue in those turbines. The pressure fit was good enough to keep them in place, so yeah, I'm good with that. And we can't do the vehicle without doing the pilot too, so a little bit of rusting on him as well. And did anyone catch the Wilhelm scream in the first episode? Yeah, I found that was that's a copyright-free file, so you can use it without getting in trouble. Just getting a few things done here and there with the pilot here. He's got plenty of rust on him because yeah, he's in my head canon. He's a badass pilot, and hey, he wants to show off his scars because that's that battle damage. Those are awards to him. Okay, now with the hobby knife, can add some damage just by scraping off some of the paint. And look at those dirty fingers. I'm going to tell you right now, I had a pot of Citadel paint. It's I think it was a black, contrast color Black Templars. Yeah, it spilled on me, and I had to, yeah, look at those. Yeah, I had to get cleaned up after that. But going in with some Vallejo silver, getting down to the bare metal, so I'm just going to do a little bit of edge highlighting on some of those areas there. Show you what's underneath it all. Oh, those fingers are horrible. I think after this scene I went upstairs and like really scrubbed my fingers and my hands. And just doing a little edge highlight on the wings with the silver, if I can talk. There we go. Yep, getting down to the metal there. Alright, this is where I decided that I wanted to put a little bit of color in between the bands that are coming off of that center decoration there. Just a little bit of contrast there. There we go. More masking tape for my hobby desk. I really got to get a trash can over there. Yep, looking good so far. Alright, just taking a little bit of Citadel color lead belcher and doing an overbrush on all the black parts. And then I think, yeah, at this point in time I decided that those bands, I want to do something a little bit more decorative. So, yep, pull out more masking tape. And I'm going to go ahead and mask off a section on each side. And by doing this, I just want to kind of like personalize it. Going to be using some Ghost Gray, which is, yep, right there. That's the initial color from the first band there. And go ahead and get that painted up. And how's that? And then on the other side, yep, I've got the other one already done. Okay, now since Roger over here wants to show everyone how much of a tough guy he really is, he's not fixing up any kind of battle damage. He's going to show it off. So I got a pin vise drill bit here, just gouging out a couple holes. I'm going to give him some blaster marks, some blaster damage. And a little bit of a larger one there. So I want people to be able to see it. There we go, right down to the plastic. And I was debating where I should put the next hole. Nope, not there. Move it over. There we go. Okay, got the little Tamiya hand drill there. Go ahead and start it off. Now I take a larger bit and widen it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to take a artist pastel, kind of like a grayish black, and grind that up on a piece of sandpaper. And I'm going to use this to create the pigments that I'll use for some carbon scoring on our friend here. And just filling in those holes a little bit. There we go. And if I make a little bit of a mess there, it just adds to it. Okay, and for some reason, I have no idea why, but the Citadel mold line remover there is on my desk. I think I was actually working on the video that went along with that too, so. I'm usually working on 3 or 4 projects at a time. Okay. There we go. Give some burn marks there. Hey, buddy. All right, now even though I have the black burns on there, I still want to see some of that the initial metal underneath all of it. So I'm just pulling out the Vallejo silver and just give a dot or two right in the middle there. There we go. And then while I'm at it, I'm just gonna do some edge highlighting on that restrainer bolt. Or else at least I think it's a restraining bolt. But whatever it is, I did some weathering around it. Alright, he's looking good. I'm really liking him so far. Okay, now this is a fun part right here. I'm going to use white, ice yellow, flash gets yellow, and an old bottle of Citadel inks. It's their yellow. And some Troll Slayer orange, and what you don't see is some red-orange Liquitex ink. Gonna give it like a fiery type look to the turbines here. Starting it off with white for the base, then give it a little bit of ice yellow, mainly for the edges. And then to the cup, the flash gets yellow, thinned down with yellow Citadel ink. That's like the original bottles there, kids. Okay, some Troll Slayer orange. I just want to give it like a fiery look to it. Very cool. And then to the cup, I'm adding the Liquitex red-orange ink. And give it the old mix. And there's that final bit of color right there. Oh, I was kidding. Mephiston red. Just for the centers. There we go. That looks pretty cool. And I'm going to just take the dark Prussian blue, get that center node, and also the little bit of chipping around the edges too. And that does dry a little bit darker, so it's not that stark as what you're seeing as well while it's still wet there. Ta-da! Loving it. Yeah, this model was so big. I had my my light was like so high up, and my camera assembly was pretty high up too. So, yeah, this is probably one of the largest models I've built on the channel. So, okay, some lead belcher just for some dry brushing with the metallics. Vallejo wash. This is a light rust. I didn't want to go too, like, anything too heavy. I didn't want something like a dirty down or something to the point where the whole thing was going to look orange. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a rust wash in certain spots. And then blackening up those tips on the lasers. Just want to give it a little bit of little smokiness on the front. And I'm doing the backs of the turbines. And a little bit up on top. And then I take an actual sponge. Yep. I have a Siberian Husky, and yeah, her fur gets everywhere. There you go. But I just took that sponge and I pulled back a little bit just to make it look like kind of like windswept damage or grime and dirt. Very cool. Light rust going on the assembly for the foot pedals there. And a little bit on the handlebars too. Okay, it's just a little bit of lead belcher on the very tips there. And then more rust. I had no real plan of attack with this. If I figured I wanted to try something out, I did it. I didn't care what order I was doing it in. More pigments here, just doing it on the feet. And just setting those with some alcohol. And this is the hardest part right here. Getting him mounted. I thought everything was cool until both feet and the pedals snapped off. So yeah, I had to take some two-part epoxy and get some of that mixed up, and had him sitting on an isopropyl alcohol bottle to keep him in place while I held his arms in place. And I've got little tiny rubber bands there with his holding his hands on the handlebars, fixing that down with some super glue, and eventually, yep, all is well in the world. So at this time, I just want to thank all the subscribers that we've gotten. We've added a few more since the last video, which is fantastic. If you're not already subscribed, please do. And we're having a great time with this channel, and I'm having a great time with this channel. So gonna get to the final reveal here, but before that, like, comment, subscribe, share. Hey, if you like this one, let me know in the comments. I've got some great projects coming up for October/Orktober, so I do hope you stick around. Check those out. All right, here it comes. Finishing up right now, the final reveal. Thanks for watching.
Roger, Roger. It's in there.
Hey, if you liked the video, check out the playlist on the left-hand side there for more content. Thanks again for watching.